The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the March 18th, the terrific Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what the bulls and bears, what the buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But much more important than that, that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, hey, we've got you covered there too. You can always send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question, and in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Right now, mixed bag. You've got the Dow up 128 points, the S&P up 21, NASDAQ up 263, Russell's down 12, semis off 71, Trendy's up 146. Spot volatility index about 5%, 96 pennies. Trade out of 2019, well below the 50-day exponential moving average. Gold's trade out at 17.29, silver 26 and a quarter. Treasury bonds 30 years off 1 point and 1.5 points, really. Trading out at 153.23, and the 10-year down 1 full point. Leading the charge dollar-wise, the upside, you've got Upstart Holdings up $49, Williams-Sonoma 28, Restoration Hardware 25, SVB Financial 24. To the downside, Mercado Libre 81 bucks, 5%. Amazon $65, 2%. Booking Holdings 48, 2%. The Trade Desk 48, 6%. Google's off 36. So there's plenty to look at. Of course, we're going to look at what you want to look at. There's a couple questions that have come in, but let's just take a look at the general markets first. Let's try to make hay, or whatever we can make, out of these screens out here. So what are the markets communicating to us? Great question. Let's go turn on. I'm going to try to do this and navigate through my different screens out here. So just give me a moment to get to what I think is the correct screen. Is that it? Let me see here. I think it's this one. Let's try starting to share this. Yeah, okay. So here you're looking at a quad panel of the equity future contract. So in the upper left-hand corner, that's the S&P 500, the ES Mini. You got the NASDAQ NQ in the upper right-hand corner, the Dow in the lower left, the Russell 2000 in the lower right. So let's take a look at, with regard to these four indices, where we're at from a signal standpoint. One thing we can see is that today could be, bar number 8 of a TD 9-count pattern. Now, if this is going to identify a TD 9-count top, I don't know that it will, but what I can share with you is tomorrow's candle would need to close above 39.5675. That's where we're trading right now. So in order for that pattern to take hold, it may just simply go away. If price doesn't close above tomorrow, 39.5675, that pattern will go away. Does that mean there's not a topping signal? No, that's not what it means. There's a secondary topping signal. That's the Rhodes Momentum Indicator. And as we speak right now, you've got a bearish engulfing candle. That would confirm the pattern. However, you can also see on this chart that price is above the green line. I'm going to say it's around 39.37 right now. So you've got, if this were the market close right here, we would have a neutral signal. Why neutral? Because you'd have a confirmed top, but price not breaking through that first level of key support, and that's that oscillator and change line, especially if it's green. So there's the potential for a top in the ES Mini. We'll have a better feel based upon its close at the end of the day. let's go over and take a look at the NQ. The NQ already has a top. You can see that. That is the TD9 count top that took place back in the several weeks ago. And price today, if this candle closes, it will negate, right now it would negate that TD9 count pattern out there. Not a big deal. But the question is, and you can see price is trading below that red oscillator and change line. So if it closes below that, that signals that price wants to move lower. We'll go take a look at the market profiles. They're not on this chart here. We can take a look at those to give you price targets. But this could be, not saying it is, not saying it has, but if the ES Mini is going to top, it's got the patterns that are present right now to do that. It just needs to bust through some support levels. The NQ could actually form a large A to B equals CD to the downside. So it already has a top in place. Let's move over to the powerful Dow, where it does appear that there's global capital that is flowing into it. Today is going to become bar number 9 of a TD9 count. That says if there's going to be a top with this pattern, it's either today's high, whatever that ends up being, or tomorrow's high if it's a higher high. So it's got the potential for a topping signal. That could come in place today. We're not seeing anything in any kind of short-term charts to suggest that. But what we're trying to do is take a look at these charts and say, hey, where are things lining up? Markets are still bullish. Absolutely. But they can change in a heartbeat. And when we have these patterns that are present right now, then that makes us pay, or we should pay, even closer attention. If we take a look at the Russell 2000, depending on where it closes today, if it engulfs the entire body of the candle from yesterday, that would generate a bearish engulfing candle. That would then confirm the Rhodes momentum indicator top. That would then suggest, and if price is below the oscillator and change line, that would then suggest heading back to its next market profile level. So now let's go switch over to the market profiles. We want to use my black background charts for those. First, it's easier to see. Second, they're actually more accurate. So now let's go take a look at those. Let's switch over. And here what we're going to see, you're going to see a new profile that's forming inside the ES Mini. So if price were to close below that oscillator and change line, generate that bearish engulfing candle, confirm the Rhodes momentum indicator top, because there's a bearish structured profile, which needs confirmation. We're using Stevie's advanced Doppler tool out here. What that tells us right now is where it is that sellers and buyers are taking up positions and where they also believe is fair value. And the fair value is not much further from where we're trading right now. Fair value is at 39.46. We're at 39.41. Now, if price closes below that 39.46, I'm not talking 39.45, but 39.41 might work, or towards the low of the day, then the signal would tell us that price is getting ready to pull back to 38.81. It would not be a close. It would not take. It would require a close below 38.81 to suggest that the market is going to change its trend or has changed its trend out there. Otherwise, it's just a consolidation inside a bull market run, which is what we're still in. We've already covered the NQ, so we knew where its, well, I guess you didn't know where its market profiles were, but you can see at 13,206 is resistance. It's tried to bust through that for the last 3 days, has not been able to do that. The Dow doesn't have any kind of market profile. So what happens there? The Dow has to close below 32,563 to give you any inclination of some kind of short-term top out there of any significance. The Russell 2000, we talked about the Rhodes momentum indicator signal, and if we do get a confirmation of that today and a close below 2309, then price should run to 2252. That's what's going on when we take a look at the equity futures contracts. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Be back in just a few.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So we're going to go take a look at light sweet crude. And here what we've got is we've got Stevie's special instrument so we can look at the quad longer term TAS market profiles. So we've got the daily, the weekly, the monthly, and the quarterly profiles out there. Now, the question is one of our denners is interested in taking a long trade in light sweet crude, is looking at the ETF USO for that. So here's what we know. There was a topping signal, is a Rhodes momentum indicator top that formed right here with the start cloud cover on March the 8th. Then you get a new profile that forms. It's bullish in structure. We can see that price was unable to take out resistance. That was a 66.23 level. Notice that the resistance level was not the actual high of that dark cloud candle on March 8th. Just to point out how valuable these market profile levels are for each of us. So you've got a wide-ranging bar pulling back into a level of support. And the level of support is between 60.11 and 61.86. If 60.11 fails, what is likely then to become the next price targets are 59.82 and 56.56. All we've done is we've moved from the daily upper left panel to the weekly upper right panel to take a look at those profiles. We can see in looking at the monthly time frame chart, you can see the A to B equals CD pattern that I've drawn in there, taking us up to the 70.18 area. That would have been the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern. Price found resistance at the top of that monthly profile, 67.53. Okay, so you got resistance on the monthly. You've got resistance on the daily. And the question is, will this support level hold? And how would we know if it's going to hold? Well, let's go take a look at my white background charts. Here on the white background charts, actually just begin with the daily. You'll see that Rhodes momentum indicator signal out here. And then once price got back into this profile, and for days I've been writing to subscribers that light sweet crude, based upon the pattern that's there, looks like it should pull back into 60.11 to 61.86. Okay, it's done that. Has it formed a bottom? Well, if it's going to form a bottom, we should see a couple of things take place on the short-term time frame charts. And by short-term time frame charts, I'm referring to 5-minute, 10-minute, 15, 30, 60, 120, 240, 5-hour, 300-minute. So we can look at each of these tabs to understand. So on the shortest term time frame, the 5-minute chart for intraday traders, they can also see here that a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom formed at 105 this afternoon. Now price is above the oscillator and change level, but we can also see it's in a bearish structured profile. So On a 5-minute time frame chart, to suggest from a tradable standpoint of even trying to take a long position, you would need to see a close above 61.20. That's the top of its bearish structured profile. If that unfolds, your price target, I'm not saying price gets there, I'm saying your price target would become 63.07, the TD9 breakdown level. Price would need to close above 63.07 to say, hey, on the daily basis, yeah, that might be a bottom. In other words, on a short-term time frame, we need to see key levels of resistance fail. Those would be the breakdown levels. So you've got 63.07, 63.88, 64.14. Let's go to a little bit longer chart. Ooh, we doubled it. That's the 10-minute chart. Here on our 10-minute time frame chart, we've got wave number 7. That's letter G. That's courtesy of Basil Chapman's Chapman wave, only that's one aspect of it. That is not the entire pattern, Basil Chapman wave pattern. And for that, you really should take his courses in order to learn that. Here, what do we see? Again, we see price running into resistance. That is the oscillator and change line. So here, price would need to close above 61.12. If it did, tells us about 61.45 being the price target. But we've got two potential short-term bottoms, no levels of resistance that have failed, so it'd be very risky, especially the wide-ranging bar to the downside. 15-minute time frame. Guess what you have? A Rhodes momentum indicator signal. What does it need to do to suggest that there's going to be some rally, counter-trend rally? It would need to close above 61.36. 30-minute time frame chart. What do we have? No bottom pattern whatsoever. There's an A to B equals CD that we could draw in. The first one failed. That was a little morning star. But see how price never was able to get above that oscillator and change line? So the 62.05 area is an important level to be watching. 60-minute time frame chart, no bottom signal. 120-minute time frame chart. It is in wave number 7. This will extend itself down at about 2 o'clock. These letter counts as soon as that bar completes. Would you take that trade? No, because that can extend itself just as this bar extended itself, as it did during the prior bar. So no. If we take a look at the 4-hour time frame chart, what do we have out here? We don't have any kind of bottoming signal, but we do have price pulling back to support. And that's its breakout support of 60.72. So it's got potential. So we got potential on the 5, 10, and 15, 4-hour. And how about the 5-hour time frame chart? We don't have anything on the time frame on the 5-hour chart to suggest a bottom, and this is indicating that price should pull back into the 59.69 level. So, is there a bottom here for somebody to take a trade on? Boy, if you were super aggressive, I suppose so. I would say no, it's not yet. You would need to see some key levels fail, at least on the shorter term time frame, to give you any kind of inclination. And if price closes below 60.11, and that's definitely a possibility. You know, there's an A to B equals CD to the downside. So another way to play this would be to wait for a confirming bullish reversal candle on the daily basis. But if price closes below 60.11, 51.53 becomes the price target. Now, one of our dinners asked, that was interested in trading light sweet crude out there, but I believe the thought was it moves pretty quick. You can have some wide-ranging bars, things of that sort. So what's my advice there? My advice there is and this goes for everybody, so not really that question out there per se. If you're going to take a trade based upon the 5-minute time frame chart, then stay within the 5-minute time frame chart. Set that up where your targets are, your exit targets, your stop targets, and so forth. That would just be my recommendation. But we can't control the moves. It's really important to understand where support and resistance is at, what patterns are in place out here. It just helps us understand what the market is communicating to us. The market it's never the first high or the first low that matters. It's that second or that following higher low and how that is being formed. If it's being formed with less relative energy out there or less relative weakness, that's your sign. And that's why we look for those bullish and bearish reversal candles to confirm. So I hope that helps you out with regard to light sweet crude. That will knock off a couple of questions that have come in. Another question to take a look at, ticker symbol JFIN, which is having one heck of a day out here. It looks like it's up 100% or so. But let's go take a look at the instrument, see what it actually is. And that is the Jiayin Group Inc., ADS. Is this a Chinese company? Peak? I don't know what it is. But if we take a look at it, wide-ranging bar, big volume, there's really no way for me to provide you with much data out here. Yeah, Chinese company. So, not that, means anything. But there's no profile information here. There is profile information, but you're above all of that. So no reason. That's down at the 427 and 538 level. So that's not what you're looking at. If we just look at JFIN, even though there's very little liquidity in this instrument out here, so you have to be careful. Today's going to be bar number 7 of a TD9 count, whether that's going to take hold or not. Look, when it formed a bottom out here, and that bottom I'm referring to is the one on March the 5th, it was bar number 9 of a TD9 count. So that's very feasible. So today's going to be day number 7. That means you've got at least 2 to 3 days before that pattern, which identified the last bottom, could identify the next top. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Give us a call at 877-927-6648. We'd love to hear from you. We'll be back in just a few.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The gold report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The gold report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The gold report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the gold report now. Protect your buying power. Order the gold report now.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den trading room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we're going to take a look at ticker symbol FINV. That is Finvolution group out here, trading out at 877. Let's just look at the white background charts and begin with the daily. So on the daily time frame, we can see that this identified a high, a top, with wave number 7. That's letter G. Again, part of the Chapman wave set of tools out here. So it identifies a top. What then takes place after that? Price pushes its way back to support. Support being that oscillator and change line. So still above it. That means that it's really neutral right now, neutral to bullish, I'd say, because it's got a bearish pattern, but just neutral. Now, the next level of resistance that it's going to deal with is 931. And if price can close above 931, it should go back and test those highs out. So that's the daily time frame out here. Let's just look at the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame shows that last week, price took out two TD9 resistance levels, 746 and 641. Last week also happened to be wave number 7, letter G out here. So, you got two wave 7s out there, the daily and the weekly, but you also have the signal here that there's a change in trend from an intermediate term standpoint, the weekly time frame. The 30-minute time frame, this one is for peak G out here. But this one here is, if you take a look at the 30-minute time frame chart and how it reacts to the 9s, the TD9 count. 30-minute TD9 count top, back at about 2:30 in the afternoon on March the 11th. When does this bottom? It bottoms with a TD9 count. It does that at 2:30 in the afternoon on March the 15th. Then what does it do? It tops with a TD9 count. It does that again on March the 16th out there. So where are we at now? Look, where we're at now is price on a 30-minute time frame is above the oscillator and change line. As far as what bar is it in, it depends on where this closes. But it could form another TD9 count is what I'm really referring to, because it's a pattern that is working well on the 30-minute time frame. So to the extent that you're just trading this at all from an intraday standpoint, I would just simply pay attention to that. But how are we going to summarize this? How we're going to summarize this is really simple. The next level of resistance is 931. If it can take that on, then it gets back to its highs from about 5 or 6 days ago. And that's ticker symbol FINV. We've got other requests that have come in as well. Let's go to Tim's. Tim wants to take a look at ASO. ASO is Academy Sports. ASO. And Academy Sports and Outdoor. Looking for a long entry point and support and resistance levels on the daily and the weekly. So on the daily and the weekly, here's the thing. The top of the profile is 25.55. You're trading at 25.82. If price closes above that, that could become support. Old resistance could become support. I think what Tim was asking me, where's the bottom of that profile? Well, that's pretty simple, 23.98. So there's your real level of support. We don't have any profiles out here for the weekly and the monthly, just hasn't traded long enough. So let's go look at my other white background chart, see if there's any other piece of information that we can glean for Tim. Well, on a daily time frame, we see the Rhodes momentum indicator top, price consolidating with inside that daily profile. If you're looking, so you got this consolidation out here. And so if you want to be aggressive, the entry point is around 23.98. Look, yesterday's low out here, 23.98 is the bottom of the box. Yesterday's low, 24.13. The day before, it got down to 25.65. But that would be your potential entry point. Now, you could take that, and if it closed below 23.98, it'd probably consider closing that out, taking a small loss, because a key level of support that had acted as support in the past, over the past couple weeks, will have failed. And if that fails, geez, that says price can get back to 15.71. That's the reason you would consider closing it out. You go through the same thing here, Tim, as price, should price get back down to that area. We don't know that it will. If price closes above 36.31, by the way, then this thing's going to go back and test its highs in the 28 area. So that much we know. But you're looking for an ideal entry point. And so that ideal entry point would be the bottom of that daily profile. What you would do is just time this up, if you will, with the other chart patterns that we look at. If we look at where this thing bottomed yesterday, well, on the 30-minute basis, it was wave number 7. That was letter G. We know that wave 7 or letter G, peak G or trough G out there, that those can be top or bottom areas. In this case here, that's what it turned out to be. On a 30-minute basis, ASO, do we have any kind of topping signal? No, we do not. So there's nothing here on the short term that's going to suggest to you, Tim, that this is getting ready to pull back. But for the entry point standpoint, yeah, it would be the bottom of that profile. So I hope that helps you out. And thanks so much for writing in. Hector and the fuel injectors. Let's go see what Hector and Patty would like to take a look at today. And please work the Qs with an A to B C up. Okay. So Hector is in love with a wonderful pattern. And that's the A to B equals CD pattern. So he wants us to go take a look at the QQQ series ETF, which we're going to do. And he's asking about the A to B equals CD pattern. So now when we take a look at it, there's really two that you could draw in here. I'll draw the first one, the one that's really in play as we speak right now. But that could shift depending on where the Qs actually close, trade. Why isn't this working? Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? What the heck is going on here? Sometimes I run into keyboard issues, and clearly that's one of them. Let me shut it off, turn it back on. It's a great wireless keyboard. I mean, really great, but sometimes it's not so great. So back to Hector and Patty's question. Your A point, March 5th. That's an easy thing. So let's mark that. What the heck? Oh, my goodness gracious. What is the deal here? Oh, Lord. Let's try this again. Okay, so there's our A point. Hector, for the time being, and we'll talk about this, for the time being, your B point is going to be the high for March the 11th. Oh, my gosh. Man, this is a real bummer. And the C point is going to be the low of the following day. Let's see if this will actually take hold. I know one way to trick it, I think. And that's so this is going to be the A to B equals CD. My apology, folks, that this isn't more smooth, but it is what it is. Everything happens for a reason. So here's your A to B equals CD pattern. The B point, which was a trading day of March 11th, had volume of 53 million shares, was passed with 78 million shares yesterday. It was passed the day before with 54 million shares. There's your A to B equals CD to the upside. Now, price is back inside the profile range. So it's below resistance out there. So as Tom likes to call it, I think, what does he refer to this as, a complicated? Nah, it's not complicated. I forget the word that he uses out there. But this is your A to B equals CD pattern. Now, this could shift. If price closes below, if it trades below, not closes below, trades below 311.39, this A to B equals CD pattern will go away and you'd have to draw a new one. Yeah, you use the information that the market gives to us. So right now, this is the pattern. If you were thinking that this is the pattern out here, again, the A point being the same. Oh. Sorry, folks. The A point being the same trading day, and you wanted to use a couple of days ago as the B point, March the 16th, that can't happen until we see a close. I mean, you can draw it if you want, but really it shouldn't happen until you see a close below this March 12th level out there. So that would be the A to B equals CD. It would not be this pattern at this stage here. In this case, if you were to use this, Hector, well, you don't really know if it's going to turn into an A to B equals CD because the B point hasn't been passed. So I hope that helps you answer the question, or I hope this helps you with regard to the A to B equals CD patterns that Stevie is looking at inside the QQQ series ETF. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So we were taking a look at the A to B equals CD pattern on the daily time frame for the QQQ series ETF. I thought just for blanks and giggles out there, I'd go ahead and put the quarterly time frame out there. So the quarterly time frame, even though it's not the low inside the NASDAQ actually took place back in 2002. Not during the so the 2007, 8, 9 move lower never took out that prior swing. That just tells us how strong the Qs were. The A to B equals CD pattern here, Hector, that I've drawn in. You start with the A point down at 25.05, the B point at 187.53, the C point at 143.46, only a 27% retracement. Look how strong the move has been off of that C point. Look how strong it is along that C to D leg. The next price target for the Qs, longer term, we're talking, it's a quarterly chart, is in a 350.13 level. But more likely than not, it's the 406.35 that is at least its eventual price target. That's based upon the quarterly A to B equals CD pattern for the QQ series ETF. Let's go take a look at another request that came in. This is for ticker symbol VUZI. VUZI. This is for S&P and the Tiger's Den. And this is Vuzic Corp out here. Vuzic Corp right now trading above the top of its daily, weekly, and monthly profiles. Boy, this has been a rocket ship for the last 4 months. Been down as low as 389, and now it's at 26 buckaroonies. That's a 8 or 900% return, I believe, something like that from a math standpoint. So this sure looks good. Now, what's the question? I don't know what the question is. Let's go take a look at it. That might have been the question. You're going to see that, hey, look at how these patterns work. Here's the Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Last time price was up there, bearish shooting star. That formed on a daily basis back on March 12th. Price pulls back to support. Where's support? The bottom of the profile. I don't make this stuff up. It's just simply how it works. And now price is headed higher and taking on that shooting star. If price can close above that shooting star, that's 26.08. That's a signal that price is likely to head higher. So that's what you're looking at. It's trading into resistance. No reason to think that it won't be able to take that out, but it hasn't taken that out yet, so you have to wait for that. But it does look positive. On a weekly basis out here, if we take a look at any kind of signals, then the answer is this keyboard again, acting up. The answer is, well, you're going to be in bar number 8 on a weekly basis for a TD9 count. That says it could be the high this week, next week, or the week after. So you really focused on that daily time frame chart for you because that will tell you, A, whether the weekly is worth paying attention to this week or not. Of course, you're always going to pay attention to it. On a monthly time frame, as we take a look at this instrument, VUZI. Oh, my God. Kidding me? There we go. Actually, so I'm glad we looked at the monthly. So S&P, the monthly chart last month, although this month is not over, was the bar following bar number 9 of a TD9 count. My experience is when price closes above a TD9 count pattern, valid TD9 count pattern, this is on one bar, the same bar. This is a monthly chart out here. This talks about a very strong upward momentum move for the monthly time frame. So this looks really very attractive out there. I don't know if there's anything else that you needed for VUZI, but and I just deleted 30-minute. I hate when I do that. That's okay. So it looks very positive. It just means I can't go ahead and pull up the 30-minute chart just at this moment. You also wanted to take a look at U.S. Steel. X is the ticker symbol. I believe that's what you wanted to look at. Yeah. So let's go take a look at U.S. Steel, see where it's trading, what it's trading into. Trading with inside its daily profile. Weekly and monthly look very bullish from the standpoint that prices are trading above the top of those profiles. So your resistance level here is 24.46. And if price is able to take that out, well, then you've got something. What do you mean you got something? You got something, you're going to move higher. Move higher to where? As far as a price target, what I would do is just simply take, because we're above profiles, just go ahead and come down. Oh, that was the expansion portion of it. Is take a look at Leonardo Fibonacci. And so let's take a look at the retracement levels from high to low. And that's going to give you your next real price target out here. And that's going to be approximately 31.31. I don't think I nailed it to the T, but we can see price above the 0.382 retracement level. So in that $31-ish area, it looks like where this is headed to U.S. Steel. Let's take over my other charts, see what we see out here. And let's begin by taking a look at the daily time frame. Let's try to do that without deleting it. And on the daily time frame shows us what? So what the daily time frame, wow, now we're talking about my keyboard really freaking out. I have no idea what's going on here. Ooh, we have gremlins in the office that have hacked into the system or something. All right, so 23.49 is a key level that you'd like to see price close above. Why? Because that's its TD9 breakdown area. We did see price close above for 1 day, 4 days ago. That's why Stevie's come up with this 2-bar theory. If you get 2 consecutive closes above 23.49, then that's telling you S&P that it's off to the races, back to the upside. On the weekly time frame chart out here, what do we have? Any kind of signals? Got to get to the weekly chart. The weekly chart, no, nothing really to worry about. Yeah, price moving higher, doing less relative energy. Still not enough of a signal to suggest that this is going to move lower. That's what I see when we take a look at U.S. Steel. Let me go ahead and get that 30-minute time frame chart back out there. It's nice to look at that. It tells us what's going on from an intraday standpoint. And so it's a 30-minute chart that we want. We need probably about 20 days worth of data. Let's get the actual template out here. Here's a 30-minute chart. And then boom, voila, it's in there. And then the last thing that I need to do is, what was the color? I think it's kind of a, what color is this here? That light blue in that instrument link. It is aqua. So let me just get this here so everything is synced up. Changes to aqua, and then good. So on the U.S. Steel chart for its 30-minute time frame, so here what you're looking at. So this would be great. Yeah, I didn't drink too much last night, but a little. Oh, what a beautiful evening it was here. We just went down to a local restaurant, sat on the boat. They just delivered we tied up to their dock. They just delivered everything out to us and just sat there for most of the evening. That was a beautiful thing. Hey, on the 30-minute time frame, you've got a TD9 count top. So it's bar number 1 S&P that you're looking at. Now, the cool thing here is price hasn't even broken through any levels of support. But if price begins trading above bar number 1, that's the high of the day, that's 23.96, that's telling you about a strong move to the upside out here. And look, U.S. Steel on a 30-minute basis, it certainly respects the 9s. If you take a look at the last 9, that's when it had that most recent top. That was at about 1:30 in the afternoon on March the 12th. So that's what's going on. We take a look at U.S. Steel. I hope that helps you out. Danny from New York. Where's Danny from? Yeah, from New York City, or maybe upper New York. Wants to take a look at ticker symbol AVEO. So let's go see what AVEO has to say to us. AVEO is the AVEO Pharmaceuticals. So are you in this, Danny? Are you looking to get in this? If you're looking to get in this without a pattern, the pattern being price coming back to a level of support, what you can see here is that this is pulled back both yesterday and today into its bullish structured profile. So if you're looking to take a long position, before we go take a look at my other charts out here, you've at least got the wind at your back, so to speak, as far as support. And if price closed below the bottom of that profile, that would be 1066. Then you'd consider closing this out, because I would say, hey, I want to pull back even further, maybe even to 787. But if you're looking for an entry point right now, we'll go look at the 30-minute chart when we get back from this break. You're getting at least on the daily time frame chart, a reason to take a long position if you'd like to. We'll be right back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave. Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based, vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
During the break, I looked at all the charts here for AVEO, and on the daily time frame, that's what we're looking at right now. There's no bottom signal or pattern that is present. That doesn't mean that it hasn't bottomed because price has pulled back that level of support. That's really all that I have in here. If price does close below 1068, that's a suggestion that you're going to head lower. For example, on a 30-minute time frame chart, I don't have any kind of a bottoming signal or anything out there. So you're going to really watch the bottom of that daily profile, and best of luck with that trade that you are in. Hopefully that support level holds for you. The last question coming in from the golf guy, who wasn't able to catch the beginning of the show, but just asked if I could give a review of the NASDAQ or the NQ out here. So that's what we're going to do. And here what we've got is we've got our daily, weekly, monthly time frame. What we know is that this was trading in a consolidation. It broke through that consolidation. Suggests a price move, a measured move equal to or greater than 14,169 or thereabouts. You're inside a bullish structured weekly profile. That says a close above this week. The level of 12,904, near 12,970 right now, is suggestive that price will go target 13,750. Price found resistance where it should have. That was the top of the daily profile. And nothing broken here just yet. We're cautiously watching it. Price could easily pull back to the 12,310, 12,646 area. We don't have an indication that that's what's going to happen just yet, but it is something to watch for. Why don't we have an indication that that's going to happen just yet? Well, I don't know. Let's actually go take a look at the charts out here, the white background charts. The daily time frame. If price is able to hold the oscillator and change line today, oops, what had happened there? And that's at the price point. Let me get that for you. So if the NQ today closes out above 12,988 or thereabouts, or 12,972, then today was nothing more than a test of a key level of support. And the Q's A to B equals CD pattern that we looked in, and the larger charts we just looked at, the NQ, they would all be signaling to you, okay, ready to move higher. So, folks, I hope today's show helped you out. Thanks so much for being here. Stay tuned for 2 more great hours, and have a safe Thursday. I'll look forward to seeing you on Fantastic Friday. Take care.